Wolf here to bring you another review. And this time it's gonna be of a movie review. And it's the new Arnold film, The Last Stand. And alright, this is an action film. Latest with Arnold. Basically, what happens is this crime boss, this cartel boss, is being transferred. Forrest Whitaker is transferring him, and it's only supposed to be a short transfer to a maximum security cell. In that time, they get jacked, slightly ridiculous, and basically a magnetic crane picks up the truck, and he gets away, and they zip line to another building, and then he gets on this, and he gets the Z1 or whatever, or Z1, the special edition, Corvette. Now, Chevy completely sponsored this film. The Corvette, all sorts of Chevy cars all over the place. Big product placement with Chevy. I'm fine with that. Now, basically, what goes down is he's trying to escape. He captures a female FBI agent. They ride in this car, and he's he's a good driver. Besides being good at grappling, he's also a third generation cartel boss. He is a professional race car driver. They used to race it in South America under a pseudonym, so people didn't know it was him. So he's awesome, and he drives that car, because he's just like he stole it, because he did. But he drives that car ridiculously fast and good. Now, basically, his buddy, obviously Forrest Whitaker playing Agent John Bannister, yeah, he's trying to capture him. Peter Stormare plays Burrell, and he does like this American cowboy accent. It's great, and he is obvious. It works for the bad guy in the movie, and it is his job to basically ensure this guy escapes into Mexico. And what happens is Arnold plays Sheriff Owens, and they're a border town with no way across the border because there's a ravine or whatever, and his team ends up putting up a bridge, and it's not long before Arnold gets drawn in. Excuse me. We also have Louis Guzman. He plays Mike Ferriola, whatever, and basically he's the comic relief. He's the deputy. I would call him the number 2 deputy. You also get Johnny Knoxville playing the same quintessential I'm a nut, but I'm somehow useful character that he plays too often in films. But I'm okay with it. And basically, it's him and his town are the last stop. The FBI could, for whatever the reason, I'm not going to give too much away. FBI can't help him. And it's his job to stop the men that are there and then to capture this guy because they're going through his town. Luckily, most of the town people are away at a sporting event, so it's a skeleton crew in the town, so to speak. Now, that is the plot, the summary. That is everything you need to know. This movie was very funny at times. But what I liked about this movie is there were no superhero invulnerability to these stars. People got hurt, shot, whatever, cut. In this movie there was no Superman amongst anybody. I mean, the movie itself was, fairly predictable. I knew who was gonna die. I knew who was gonna live. Actually, I knew who was gonna die. Didn't know who was gonna live or didn't live, or whatever it is. It was very, very predictable. I saw the twist in the movie. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. Now, having said that, Arnold's first film back since The Expendables, I liked the team they assembled. I wish was a little more badass, I'm gonna say. I wish they were. They were a little too comical at certain times. But that's okay. I mean, the only one who was truly a badass was Arnold, but he had help, you know? So that was cool. And again, with the gore, like I said, when the movie needs to be gory, it is. And that's the new trend, more realistic gore. I mean, it wasn't that gory. They didn't show chunks of, other than that time they shot the shoulder of a cow. They didn't really show chunks, but when it needed to be, it was there. The action was pretty good. There wasn't too much crazy over-the-topness. For the most part, it was all very realistic, with one or two minor exceptions. There are plot holes in this movie. So there's just plot holes, like when they're capturing what's his face. The fact that they would stop. I know they were supposed to be incognito, but they're running an envoy of cars. The fact that they would stop for a red light at night when it's wide open, and they could just go. They could have just gone. So whatever. I mean, you know, there was another. You know, I'm not even gonna get into all the plot holes. There was just a couple of holes in this, and I'm fine with it. It's an action movie. You don't need to be perfect. Actually, I remember one of the holes they saw for me. I'm like, oh, this not just anybody could just drive one of these fucking nasty ass cars at 200 miles an hour and be good at it. And then they did address it and explain it that he was a professional driver, the villain. So, you know, they tried. There were a couple of little holes in it, but for the most part, it's fine. And none of the little holes they're just little holes. Nothing that will make you go, oh, no. You see, I'm a little jaded on this film, and I'm gonna tell you why. I saw Gangsterland, I keep saying that, Gangster Squad, you know, only a few nights ago, you know, last week, and you know, I just put out the review for it. So that movie did almost the same thing. A group of guys, a team together. They were badass. It was slightly funny, and it was funny at times. And it was just, I'm not gonna lie, Gangster Squad was a better movie. Having said that, I wish some of the other characters were just a smidgen better than they were, you know? But the movie itself was highly enjoyable. The action in it was great. The humor, Arnold was funny, and that's always fun. And he wasn't over the top and silly. He was just funny. He had good comments. And again, he was nasty when he needed to be nasty. And I liked the sentiment in the movie. I like the townspeople. I liked. So there was a lot of things I enjoyed about this film. Ultimately, this film was highly enjoyable. So what I'm going to give this film, based on its likability, and just because Arnold himself was good in the role, I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. I would say it was very good for what it was for an action movie that was fun. So, you know, it's not going to rate as high. It wasn't as good as Jack Reacher or Gangster Squad, but it was still quite enjoyable and a fun movie for Arnold to get back in the swing of things. You know what I mean? So, having said that, you know, and I used a coupon, so I didn't pay full price for anything. Again, never pay full price for a movie if you don't have to. But you know, I recommend this. If you're in the mood for a fun action film, if you like Arnold films in general, I mean, this is obviously not his best work, but it was just enjoyable. So, again, 3.5 out of 5, and that's pretty much it. So, click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and subscribe if you can. Now, this is Alert Wolf signing off.